Now we come to the first group of risks. Now, in my total list of all kinds of risks, I put 60 different ones in a document. This time we do it shorter. We'll take some examples, but under the own risk heading, which we are going to do now, there are some examples I will give, but to some extent in the other groups of risks, they can also be related to yourself, to some extent. Okay, let's see what we have. The first one I want to mention is that you may underestimate the challenge of doing the project or startup. It is so easy to think it's much easier than it actually is. I have seen so many people contacting me for manufacturing in India, especially for garments and stuff. And when they do that, they have no idea of how complex it is. They think it's easy. I want so and so. They have not understood that there are millions of details they need to know and so on. And they think that things can take 2 to 3 weeks, when half a year is more realistic, for instance, for starting a process and before you have the shipment. Things like that. So not having knowledge is the base of doing that. By taking this course, you will increase your knowledge, but you also need to increase your knowledge on the very subject which your project is about. Another typical issue, which is unrelated, which is with you, is to overestimate your own capacity and knowledge. Oh, this project can't be so difficult, I do. And what it does to you is that you try to do it yourself instead of involving other people who can help you with those parts of the project that you are not the specialist in. Always remember this. No, sometimes it's a very small project you're doing. You're going to stand in the corner of a street and sell sausages, so you don't need them too much. You just ask a few people. But if it's a bigger thing, you start a new brand of jewelry, or you're going to put up a factory or something. It's not easy. Even if you are an inventor and know so much of your product that you invented, to understand a factory, for instance, is much more complex than understanding how to invent the product that should be produced there. A third example of what is very easy to miss here, which is unrelated, that is to underestimate the time it takes, to not give the project enough time to be developed, to think that yes, as I said, something takes 3 weeks, that actually takes 6 months. You have to understand how long time it takes. Hopefully during this course, we will also talk about time issues and so later, but hopefully you will during this course understand better and therefore be better prepared for doing a good job on this. Finally, I want to mention something, and that is that if you have a lot of people around you, or you are a part of a group and you're doing a project or a startup, you have to be a good team player. And if you are the boss, you have to be a good team leader. If you're not that, you have a problem there. Then you need to put someone else in that position. So try to think of it. If you're not a good team player, you should be in a project where you're working by yourself only.